Yo, what's up guys, back for another video. Today we're playing this again. Stanley Parable, of course. Stanley Parable 2.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible.
Collectible.
Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
The reason why my dad isn't here because he's doing work.
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember? No. The warehouse was the 4th place you found a Stanley, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the warehouse feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments? Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No, it hasn't. I've played every second of this game. No, it hasn't.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy. Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I should have access to her account. I should be able to do it.
Time to go over here, guys. D-A-N-T-E.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
I found a special ending.
Sounds like it. I heard music.
No, I'm not done.
Oh,
I'm not ready to move on.
it's still going.
Stop loading the screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines?
Are you gonna
Let's
cuddle
just
with me?
go backwards.
Are you
We'll
gonna
do the
cuddle with
memory
me?
zone again from the opposite
So,
direction.
so
See how that
the reason why
feels.
my dad wasn't there because he was doing his file for his work, and he's coming here now. So say hi to my dad.
Hi.
Just come on, Dad. Come on.
Here, right? So
You are in the present.
I gotta pull through a bunch of shit to dig out all their stuff.
Bruh.
What's that?
Where do I go now?
It says in reverse. So which way did you go? Which door did you come through?
The blue door?
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour,
I collected 12.
this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
From
13 now.
yes, this one's actually from GSP.
Going over here. Dad, sit on the couch.
Yeah.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes, I do remember.
Yes.
Is that the music you heard?
Yes.
14.
Dates of Rita Carpenter, so I believe this was when I was finalizing all their stuff after.
Oh no, we go back down.
14 out of 6.
6 out of 14. We need to find.
Still don't remember.
Do you remember this?
Stanley. Still no memory.
Do you remember
of
this?
one. Good room, though. A solid room.
What you doing? Do you like Cece?
Choose one.
Do you like Dee Dee?
No, that
I like PC more.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it
16.
really would
We
have
need only
muted the
need 2
intrinsic joy
more.
of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
DANT equals Dante.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
Remember this?
I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Go to the green. To the right.
What the? Whoa! Okay, this is new. Is this seriously
Oh, this is
It's
like the
the
bad
terrible
content.
new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
So, Dad, the first thing we do, he didn't even talk for the first few seconds.
Oh, yes, the 2 doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Nope. Bruh.
Everything else, there was your office.
Not this ending again.
It's not going to be the same.
I know.
Was there something that came before?
You know what I meant, right?
There's something I feel like I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for known museums. But then Stanley. Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And
Just the
Stanley
narrator,
really
Stanley.
did make for a wonderful companion,
Maybe.
even if he was a
But he even said that
I suppose
it's
he's grown old.
the
I need
narrator
to think for myself again.
is
I
Stanley's
want to go back to
imagination.
how it
Remember?
used to be. Yes.
Remember when he
I
said
can
that?
be on my own again. I
Dad.
can do
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go.
Have you
This
completed the
is
game?
the story of a man named Stanley.
Have you ever done the right ending? Where you just destroy, where you just turn off the thing? So don't grab the bucket. Follow all the instructions.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Just
a
ignore it.
menu.
Yeah, follow all the instructions perfectly.
So that door.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's a literal gold achievement if you finish the game.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That's the bathroom. Wait, hold on. Is the Stanley thing still there? I'm still following his.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
That kind of anxiety is not good, Dudley.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
You feel soothed and rejuvenated.
Sure. Mutated. Delete the game.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he
Whoa,
felt
what was
more
that?
free to think for himself,
What
to
was that?
question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Dad, have you ever
Stanley
finished the
thought to
game?
himself.
No?
Did he have the strength?
Are you excited to find out?
Let's see what happens, yeah.
It's gonna be another 1 hour video.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature revealed.
427.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
It's just the same dark room.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
We'll stop right now.
We saw it with the bucket, but then the doors aren't open because of the bucket.
The doors didn't open?
Blackness and a
Because of the
rising
button.
chill of uncertainty.
But we'll see what happens now. Maybe the doors do open.
What door?
Yes, he had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Hold on.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility.
Hold on. Have I beat the game?
Maybe.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Give us the achievement. Let's go! Beat the game achievement. Let's go. Yes. Woo! We finally beat the game.
All of his co-workers
Right, Dad?
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Now we're-
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Wait,
memo.
now you can in the bucket if you want.
I'm gonna do the opposite of everything he says. Okay?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Well, I don't
Perhaps he
care.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Have you read it all the way across yet?
No.
Then you should do that today.
Have you done it?
Yep. No. Well, now you can if you fall down there.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Have you?
I realize that investing in your
Is it
trust
good?
in someone else
If you haven't seen it, you should.
But the
Is it
fact
good, though?
is that the
I think you'll
story
like
has
it.
been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside,
Oh,
to let
360
her
no
back into your
scope.
life.
When
She's been waiting.
Okay, first of all,
That's
who's
her, Stanley.
the? Whoa, this is weird.
Hold on, please. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay,
Oh
there we
yeah,
go.
he has a
All right,
wife.
now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on
Were you
here.
joking, Dad?
I've seen the ending before.
This ending?
Yep.
This
I
is a
kind of want to see
very
the.
sad
I kind of want to
story
see
about
the
the
bucket.
death of a man named Stanley.
Have you seen it?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Open this door.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
I'm
Now
definitely
he's
pushing
going
buttons.
home. Now he's coming back
That
to
hurt my
work.
hand.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the
Isn't
face
that
of
the
the
point of the
earth.
game?
The thought excited him
Right, Dad?
terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It
Dang, you're
barely
tall.
even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and
You're taller
destinations.
than me, I
Down one
guess.
path led an enormous round
Yep.
room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he relived it again, and again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's
Whoa,
doing is
what?
pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer
Where's
he
my
spends here, the more invested he
wife
gets. The more he
at?
forgets which life is the real one.
Wife, wherever you are, go back to the kitchen.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can
Well,
never
she
be
was in the kitchen. She
anything
got
but
taken
an
away.
observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I did, but you don't have to. Just wait.
Do you know what it's gonna be?
I have no clue. I pressed it.
What about pressing it? What happens?
Oh, he says, see, I can't get through to you.
Oh, that's boring. How long do I have to wait?
I have no idea. Maybe you press X. You just wait for a bit.
have to press the button?
Maybe.
This is too long.
But it feels like it doesn't.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to.
So you've seen this ending?
Perhaps.
Yes.
Well,
All of it?
this time he'll see.
Yes. This is what I saw.
What is it? What's the whole entire
I tried
ending?
again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I died!
Good job.
Yay! Did you press the button?
Yeah. Okay, let me see. I'll try again.
What?
I'm gonna take the bucket to my wife. And I'm gonna have some explaining to do, I bet you.
All of his co-workers were gone.
The wife was incredibly jealous of the
Stanley
bucket.
decided to go to the meeting room.
I bet.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Imagine that.
Maybe not. We'll see. I'm looking for those. Remember when it said input received on these little computers?
Yeah.
I'm looking for where those are. Oh, only one.
Yeah, this is number 2, remember?
Pain, pain, pain.
This is
Humiliating.
You have to
Where are we
die.
going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him. Stanley clutched
Go
the
to the
bucket
right.
tightly to his chin. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket
What's
calling
4,
to
4,
him,
5?
telling him
4,
that
4,
the
7,
employee
4, 4,
lounge
8,
was simply the place to be.
440.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
That is
Yes,
behind
Stanley
you.
thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
No,
Wait, you can go back
said
to
the
the
bucket.
meeting room?
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why on earth this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the
Can you
bucket
get me some
asked.
water?
Yeah, after the heading.
You've never seen this ending.
Nope.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Isn't that what you have to do?
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life
Hold on, what
together.
about taking out the line? Behind you, yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Why?
I didn't even think to do that.
Were you
How
trying to
did
resist
I
the
know?
bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It
Am
was
I
a
the
joke.
smartest
Don't you get the
person
joke?
ever?
It's funny,
I didn't
Stanley.
even
A
think to
talking
do that. I
bucket.
thought about waiting the phone out.
Can't you see?
I didn't think about unplugging the phone when I played.
Up the delivery if you actually took me seriously.
Johnny, you're different, buddy.
It's a joke. Should I
Is that
have
good?
paused
Yes.
for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing
We can
is
do
so
that ending later, the
I wish
other
I were
ending.
better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on
Okay.
comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Oh no, what have you done?
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it
with
isn't
one of your
76
arms raised
degrees,
straight
right?
upward at a 15-degree angle from
Dad,
your body.
Is
These
it
are the
76
optimal
degrees?
conditions for good comedic timing.
Dad, Is
To
it?
begin the joke,
I think. I
start
don't
by
know.
stating and spelling your name.
I am literally.
Provide a brief
S-H-A-Y-N-E.
synopsis of the joke, including the
As you
specific
can
times
see,
at which
I
the
am.
recipient of the joke
Well, as
will
you can
laugh,
hear, I'm
and
squishing my
then
face
spell out your
on my
name a
dad,
second time.
and I'm
With
gonna
these
tell him a joke
steps
to make him
complete,
laugh.
it's time to
What
begin the
did? Why
humor.
did the chicken cross the road?
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny.
What the funny?
We do it? Did the game
Good.
hear us?
This
Good.
saying is a perfect example of expectations management,
What if you
which is
didn't
the
say it?
cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow
That's
or learn as a
definitely how you
comedian.
write.
An effective
Like that?
survey should be no less than
That's
10
writing.
pages long and should include the same question reprinted several
1,
times,
2, 3,
just to
4,
ensure the survey
6,
taker is actually paying
8,
attention and not simply filling in
9,
answers at random.
10,
And that's
11,
all there
12.
is.
I
With
see
these strategies
12.
at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme. Hey,
What?
goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think
Dad,
the fundamentals of proper
am I
comedic
smart
timing are
Yes.
still as
for doing
relevant today
that?
as they were
You're
back then.
creative, for
So,
sure.
with that in mind, I believe the
I never
only
would
way
have thought to do
forward
that.
is for us to return
You
to the
thought just
two
waiting
doors
out?
and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery.
Well,
Come
you just
along,
changed.
let's head back.
You just changed everything. Good job, Dunny. Oh, whoa, we can just leave? Okay. Well, this is shocking.
We
Can I go
knew.
in there?
Sure. Try. Well, you can't. What if you go back?
It's going to take me back.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. But
Notice how they're not letting us off? Now we can't, like, transition to that, I think.
Yeah.
We're locked in.
Concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we have the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
What if you go over there?
I think we have to go back.
No, don't.
Yeah, he said back to the two doors.
So we can go to the meeting room.
No, we're going to go back there, but now we're not going to unplug the phone.
Why?
So we see what happens.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
No, don't. You can't. Go.
What? We're back at the phone already. No, what's going on?
Go back out, go back out.
Several rooms leading up to this.
No, Dad, go back out.
There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit, which culminates in this.
Try to
scene
close
with
the door.
phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the children's room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think...
Why did the chicken cross?
Oh, no.
I think I need to
What?
go back and rewatch that
What?
instructional video again.
He wants to watch it again. Don't do this to us.
Help me improve my...
Don't do this to us.
No.
Is he just gonna do it? No way, bro. No. Are we stuck for like 90 seconds? We might be.
Is he watching the video?
He might be. I think he's gonna make us wait for the duration of the video.
90 seconds?
Yep.
So today we're going to do our first sponsor, and Dad.
Do you know what a sponsor is? Okay, it's when the game company gives you money to make a video. Okay,
No.
this is not sponsored.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's.
I know you've heard other YouTubers say that. We're not sponsored, I promise. I would know.
So the thing is, today we have been happy to play.
We're sponsored by 90-second comedy videos.
Yeah, I guess. It's supposed to be Stanley.
Oh, we're sponsored by the Stanley Parable 2 90-second comedy video.
Oh my god.
Is this game serious?
Bruh. This is new. Dad, have you seen this ending?
No. That's why I wanted to go there with the phone, and then you were like, what if we unplug the phone? Okay, and now look what you've done. Look what you've gotten us into, Dante. Look how long this is.
I thought you liked this.
I just wanted to see what happens with the wife. That's what I wanted, Dante. Look what you've done. This is like 20 minutes. This is like a 20-minute ending you've started. What?
I thought we had like a 40-minute ending.
We've had an 18-minute the confusion ending with the line.
And the like 40-minute ending with the Stanley Parable 2 introduction.
That's true. Yeah, the memory zone or whatever.
And the what's it called again? The one where we traveled into different games.
That's true.
This has been more than a minute, Dad. Hold on.
Not quite. It was still 37 when we said something.
It was still 37.
Oh, I'm actually I'll look it up. The comedic timing ending. Shall I?
Sure.
Because this isn't gonna end. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah.
Let's check this out again.
Okay, hold up.
It's been 2 minutes.
Hold up.
Huh? We can't move or anything.
Yes. I think this is it. We needed to go left. So want to try it again? What's up?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Dad, do you want me to collect the bucket?
Yeah.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay, go to the phone again and unplug it.
In
Why?
here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
I'm gonna unplug it
Trying to
again,
resist
guys.
The bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously.
Wait, hold on.
Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken
Oh
quickly?
no.
Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
No, please.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
Guys,
How can
just
it be used to
skip
effectively
this.
silence your
Just
political enemies? And more
skip
importantly,
forward.
can it be
We
taught
already
in its
did this. Just
entirety
skip
within 90
forward.
seconds?
Alright.
Thankfully, the answer to
So,
all
like,
of these questions is yes.
when we're
Let's
there,
dive
just
deeper.
skip it.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now. Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times. just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper
Guys,
comedic
if you have
timing are
skipped
still
it,
as
that's
relevant
good.
today as
Thank
they were
you,
back then.
because
So with
yeah,
that in
nobody
mind, I believe
wants
the
to watch
only
it
way
anymore.
forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back. I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we have the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Okay, so now which door are we taking?
Overtaking your left. Is that right?
I think so. Do you want to do it?
Well, I will watch and you will play now.
You have more fun with that than the cats, buddy.
What?
You have more fun with that than the cats.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Alright, pass.
All yours.
You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video?
So the unplug, the phone ending, is only available with the bucket, which is funny.
There's no way I can make the comedic
With
timing
the
work now.
bucket?
It's done.
So
The joke
it's
is completely
only the
done and
bucket?
over. It's all
That way, hold on.
your
Isn't that
fault,
like
Stanley.
weird?
I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me
We did.
down,
Look at the Stanley things.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley
Go on
and
the
the
left.
bucket came to a
Go on
set
the
of
left,
two
okay?
open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Go to the left.
I'm tempted to go right.
Now go to the left. Go to the left. Dad, go to the left.
Hold up.
Yo, can I have the controller for a second? I just want to say something. Thanks.
Okay, you go left. Okay.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading
Is
back.
that yours?
Okay. Oh.
Here we go. You
Why do we
ready?
have the bucket?
I'm gonna try one more
Stanley and
time.
the bucket
Why do we
came
have
to
the
a set
bucket?
of two open doors. They entered the door on the
Dad, how do
left.
we have the bucket?
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back.
I think something's gonna happen if we keep
Here
doing
we
this still.
go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door
One more
on the
time.
left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back. Here we go. You ready?
Okay, now I'll go right.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two
Something else is supposed to happen.
Wait, no, Dad, go right and go back.
Oh crap. Have I just gotten us back into this crap again?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on?
Dad.
Okay, what if I stay in here?
Several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed
close
to be
the
a
door and
build-up
stay
to
in there.
this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it's meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Oh,
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are...
so okay, we had to go back right after Brian left. I see.
in love with a bucket you are.
So we're supposed to go left?
For once, and then you try to go right because he gets mad at you.
Pale with
But we went left 1,000 times.
another word to describe the bucket. Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I
yeah.
guitar.
So you say that I have more fun than the cats with this?
Yep, they don't play with it at all. So the fact that you're playing with it a little bit.
I'm no good
It's funny.
jukes.
The prancing dog, the prancing dog, the prancing dog.
Don't mind me, Dante.
Don't record me! Don't record!
Okay, I'm not. I'm just holding the phone like this. Go ahead, do what you're doing. Ow.
How dare you text that Tash? Do it again, do it again. Dad.
Oh, wait. Okay, now listen. We can unplug the phone regularly, so do you want to do it without the bucket?
Sure.
Wait, what the heck? There's a phone?
Wait, that's the same phone.
What? Why can't I pick it up?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
How an annoying day. That was pretty annoying, Dad, right?
That was annoying. Okay, now we're gonna go unplug the phone without the
Hold
bucket.
on, what about the input?
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh!
Let's see, go behind. Did you actually do it? Did you actually do it, Dad?
Yep.
I knew it! What happens if we do all the inputs?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the
I
correct
don't know.
way to the meeting room,
Sorry.
and Stanley knew it perfectly
Are you excited
well.
to do it?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Oh,
just to
prancing
admire
dog.
it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, so now that we know we can unplug the phone, we're gonna see what happens if we do it without the bucket.
Stanley was so bad.
Well, because it's gonna be different.
It's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Tom, is that bacon?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Can I have some
I realize
bacon?
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside.
Yes.
To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
It's
You
time.
need to be the one
We're
to
done playing your
to
game.
reach out to her. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley, pick picks up the
Hello,
phone.
Dad.
He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in,
What?
fade to white,
He's lying.
roll credits.
He's
Not
lying about the
picking
phone
up the
ending.
phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything.
This is the last
I
ending.
don't
We're
understand.
at 55 minutes.
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Indeed, we are. Two.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely.
Oh, but you didn't expect Dante.
Even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Oh my
Please
God.
observe this helpful instructional video.
Another video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a bad sack and crack."
I am not real.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
What is he doing?
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back.
Whoa,
You may have noticed
Dad, what
that this
the?
room has begun to deteriorate as a
Uh-oh.
result of narrative contradiction.
No.
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been.
Pick up the
This way,
phone.
please.
No,
That's what that's what he means. Then we're gonna unplug it again.
that's what I was thinking.
Oh no, he's gonna say the correct choice would have been to go left.
If your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Want some bacon?
No, I'm good, buddy. You go ahead. We might have to call it here. We'll try the right door again. See what happens.
Almost there. You'll
Or
take
maybe-
the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means
Okay.
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Indeed,
I'm
yes.
quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead.
Indeed, yep. We're gonna go left.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
We'll have to find out what happens next time. Well, go ahead.
Well, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.